Alright folks, here I am, the Albuquerque Sunport, heading down to the first level of course, and here to pick up a friend. We're going to be having a week worth of adventure, so the James Blackburn experience is going to have a lot of fun, good times here over the next few days, so stay tuned because it'll be really cool. Yeah! Here's the tradition.
Hello there.
All right, you're in New Mexico for a few minutes. How's it feel?
That's fine.
All right, you're all decked out, man. You're ready to go to the mountains already, it looks like.
That I am.
All right, well, let's head down and go do some other stuff, New Mexico style. All right, it truly is the odd couple, man, but I'm so happy that you're here, brother. We're going to have a great time over the next few days, and Albuquerque is glad you're back. We're doing green chili cheeseburgers tonight.
Now that is what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. All right, after getting back from the airport, we're here at the house listening to some Metallica, and we're gonna make some dinner. So over here we have some green chilies that I'm gonna roast. They're gonna be lovely. Get ready for that. Talk about some yummy stuff. Green chili cheeseburgers coming up shortly. Okay, in addition to my good friend Curtis being here, another good friend of mine's coming by in just a little bit, Mr. John Diaz. And I'll introduce you to him when he gets here, but meanwhile I'm going to get back to these peppers because they're starting to look really nice. Mr. John Diaz, I told you I'd introduce you. All right, have a cerveza, a smile, a hug, whatever you want, man. We're gonna have some fun. Appreciate it. Say I've lived in New Mexico for 20 years and I've never actually roasted green chili at home by myself. You can usually buy it pre-roasted, but you can see these things are starting to get blistered up. I know once the skin gets pretty dark and kind of burnt on the outside a little bit, that's when you take them off and take them inside to a fresh bowl of ice water and peel them. That is going to be yummy. Green chilies are moving along. Wow. So is some yard work. Alright, these babies are almost done. Look at them. That's going to be some good green chili for the cheeseburgers. Those are peeling off really nice, aren't they? Look at that. Just put them in a bowl of ice water, peel them off, you got yourself some fresh roasted green chili. So we got the Munchie Station going here. Now the hummus doesn't really go with the Cheetos, it goes with these blue corn chips. And over here we have classic bean dip and Fritos. We got a staging station over here. Karen's got the chilies a-peeling, and John is cutting them up and getting them ready for burgers. And I'm gonna make the patties here in a second. Curtis is here to just cheer us on and offer some enthusiasm, which is contagious, by the way. Okay, I'm working on this part over here, getting ready to throw in the seasonings. It has begun. Those are going out in a minute. Let's check out the green chili experience. Ooh, that's looking good, John. Nice job.
I still think we should push it through a calendar.
All right, the burgers are on the grill. It has begun. Okay, the burgers are done. We're getting the green chili and cheese in place, so we're having a nice double cheeseburger here. Everybody else is coming in to see what all we can enjoy together. Yes.
Lizard King.
All right. Here we got some happy customers. Everything pretty good, guys?
Definitely.
Karen, good for you too? All right, we even got some cottage fries here, so.
Yes, back
backpacking you will go. All right, there's Bert and the Shim. That's our nicknames we gave each other, and we're heading out to the Sandia Mountains for a backpacking adventure. So here we go. All right, folks. So backpacking adventures continuing here. We're up past Placitas, New Mexico. We're on the dirt road here, taking this road about 5 miles in, so that we can get to the backpacking area that we're heading to, which is Palomas Peak. Skies are getting interesting. It's been snowing and raining off and on the last couple days, but right now it's dry and there's patches of blue. It's pretty awesome. So a little stop here to get some photos and some videos. The fall colors are beautiful up here today. It's a good time of year to come up here and check all this out. Really, really loving it. There's a huge pine tree here too. I gotta tell you folks, as we're driving in here, we keep stopping and getting pictures and video because the conditions are so perfect right now. I mean, it's beautiful fall colors. See those bright yellow leaves over there? Those are aspen trees, so we're up high enough elevation to see that, and I'm just loving this. This is just absolutely amazing. You know, the cloudiness makes it a little bit gloomy, but it also kind of adds a lot of texture and tone to everything because you got these patches of blue sky here. Really, really awesome. I will tell you this, it is a little bit chilly out here today. We brought regular winter gear so we won't freeze if need be, but yeah, beautiful. There's even a creek running over here too. Bert's getting some pictures, and we are having a grand old time here in the Sandia Mountains. Boy, it's beautiful out here today. All right, good howdy, folks. We made it to the parking area. We got all our backs filled up with backpacking gear. We decided we're gonna do it. It's a little cold and windy, but the sun's out. It's a beautiful location. The fall colors are amazing, and I can't wait to get on the trail and show you guys what it's all about. So thanks, Bert. Much appreciated, brother.
Not a problem.
Here we
Let's
go.
do this walk.
High five, Revenge of the Nerd style. All right, we're out of here. All right, so this is what the first part of the trail looks like. It's pretty heavily overgrown, but very beautiful. Nice place to be. Classic New Mexico blue sky over there. Still a little light dusting of snow down here in a few of the shaded spots, but it's beautiful. It kind of adds to the experience. Look how beautiful that is. All right, we're descending in elevation. We're almost to the bottom of this first canyon. And from here, trail will turn left in just a little bit and head back up this other side. As a matter of fact, you can see the trail right there. This is the big switchback that Curtis is at. And it goes up this little hill over here toward Palomas Peak, where it will eventually go to the right, and we'll end up in a nice little valley area where we're going to set up camp for the night. So pretty exciting and pretty fun. Thanks, Bert, for coming out again, brother. All right, folks, we are pretty good ways in, almost to the clearing. Show it to you here in just a minute. A little out of breath, but we're at a high elevation, lots of hiking up and down. And this is my first time out in 4 weeks since the incident in the Gila Wilderness. So, feeling pretty good. Gonna continue the move. All right, here comes the clearing. See what I mean? Isn't this awesome? Yep. All right, folks, we made it in to the camp spot. It's a mile or mile and a half-ish to where we went. Not a big, huge, epic backpacking trip, but a very good one, though. And a good way to warm up our legs so that when we do this again in a couple more days at a different location, kind of get a feel for it. The backpacks, the weight, the distribution, all that stuff. So, yeah, pretty cool. All right, so over here is the traditional camping fire pit, which looks like it hasn't been used in a while, so we'll do some repairs on that and get it into good shape. There's Curtis's backpack on the bench over there. Mine is right over there. And we got plenty of dry dead wood here for our fire tonight. We're going to be careful, keep it small because the wind's still kind of up. But typically the wind does settle down after sunset, so we're hoping that that will be the case today. Okay, so you can pitch your tent anywhere out here that you want. There's lots of good spots even right out here in the open. Now that's an option, but there is another option, which is right back here through the trees. There's kind of a couple areas back here I believe have been camped in the past. So we'll go back here and take a quick look. Fresh dusting of snow on the ground. You can see there's kind of a flat spot here. There's a nice flat spot here. And even back there a ways, there's some more flat areas for camping. So may put tents back here just so that we're out of the wind at night. And then we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Very, very cool. All right, folks, we've been here for a little while now. We got shelters in place. We had a little snafu with this one, but the two of us ad-libbed and got it fixed up. Over here is going to be our camping and fire pit area. And then over here is the Blackburn Estates camping version. Let's go inside and take a look. There you go. Got my bedding in there already. And it's going to be a rocking and rolling night. It's going to be fun. All right. There's the camp. It's going to be a beautiful evening. A little cold, but that campfire is going to feel really, really awesome. That is what I'm talking about right there. So the weather keeps changing. You can see our tents are now in the sunshine. There's some blue skies coming out. It's always interesting and different here in New Mexico. Gotta admit it. It's pretty awesome. So there you go. All right, folks, here we are. It's getting later in the day. Evening is upon us. The sun is set. But it's a beautiful night out. We are sitting here with a nice little campfire. And it is really, really nice. It feels great. It's a little bit cold out, so the campfire is feeling particularly nice tonight. Just been a great day. You know, there was some sprinkles and a little bit of snow earlier, but the sun's been coming out off and on. And now that the sun is set, obviously we're not going to see it again. But I do see the moon coming up behind the trees over here, and there are some blue skies still around us. So I'm expecting tonight that we're going to definitely have some nice stars. I wish this camera would do better and we could show it to you guys. Nice little spot we got going here. Nice backdrop of the golden warm fire. It's going to be great. Going into the safety of the warmth of it all. There you go.
Unless I transport that around, but that thing's near me at all times.
All right, folks, here it is. It's dark in the Sandia Mountains here with my best buddy Bert, and we are having a nice campfire and a good evening. It's a little chilly out, but it's a nice night though. It really is. Thanks, man, for coming out again. I appreciate it. So that's what I'm talking about. Enjoying the evening campfire in the Sandia Mountains.
We've had the 9 o'clock hour.
Yep, about 9 o'clock. We've been out here since about noon is when we got to the parking area, and we're here enjoying it. Fire's feeling really, really nice because it's cold tonight. All right, folks, well, we are going to wrap it up here by this beautiful, warm, nice campfire. Bert's right here. He's getting some things prepped for the evening.
Slush in the water. It's actually below freezing.
Is it? So there's a little bit of slush in the water, he said, So it is a little bit below freezing up here, but with this campfire it's hard to tell. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but appreciate y'all watching as usual, and just you know, get outside and enjoy it a little bit. Even if it's a little cold, you can still make a really good, nice time. So, and as usual, love, hate, and take care of each other. Morning, everybody. Welcome to day number 2 of the New Mexico adventure. We slept a pretty decent night last night. Got a few hours of sleep at least, and got a little morning campfire going right now. Really enjoying that heat because it's still pretty chilly out here. It actually snowed last night for a little while, and that was kind of neat. But not anything major, nothing stuck on the ground. But yeah, it's been good. All right, so we both woke up when it was still dark out, about an hour before any sort of light was coming up at all. Curtis woke up a little bit before me, and he went out and got the morning campfire going, which was really nice. He kind of really needed it. You can see Bert's over there in his tent and doing some work, getting some things done. And then we had our little camping area right here. It was really magnificent. This is, in some ways, it's kind of reminiscent of the Dome Mountain Wilderness experience from 2009, I think that one was, where we had good campfire. Folks, as you can see, I got the backpack on, trying to get the hoodie situated properly. It's still a bit chilly outside, and we are wrapping it up at the campsite here. So, we had a pretty good night all in all. It definitely feels winterish though, I'll say that much. But yeah, thanks man. Another good night. Had great campfire experience. So we're gonna hike out now, back to the truck. So stay tuned. Yeah, I'm getting a quick shot. It's too beautiful not to. All right, Bert, in the mountains. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. All right, folks, made it back to the truck, safe and sound. Good overnighter, very decent weather. Got a little bit cold, but not too overbearing, and we had a little bit of snow, and some great times around that campfire, man. Thank you. So now we're gonna pack up the truck and head out, but once again, I really appreciate y'all watching. Tune back next week for a brand new episode. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, folks, here we are. Another fun day out in the mountains. Curtis is here at the Stormtrooper truck, kind of gearing up for a little bit. It's a little bit cold up here and misty. As a matter of fact, the mountains were kind of getting, pulled together, and there was a lot of clouds just kind of blanketing them, so this mist is probably part of that. But we don't know about doing a hike here today, but we're definitely going to stop and get some pictures and some video. As you can see, it's beautiful autumn colors here right now in the Sandia Mountains of New Mexico. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You need anything else out the back at the moment, Bert? Awesome. Well, this will be a good place to get some pictures and some video. It's really, really nice. Alright folks, after a lot of driving around, we decided the East Mountains were just too wet, too damp. There was a big cloud coming in over the mountain. We were going to be in fog at any moment. So we came back over to the Bosque here, the Rio Grande Valley State Park, and we're going to take a hike here through some of the cottonwood trees. So stay tuned because that should be a lot of fun. Much better weather here. Alright, there's the men. You ready to take a little bosque hike?
I am.
That should be funny. Let's head on in. Dun 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 dun. Alright, sometimes even in a well-maintained area, you still get off trail a little bit. But we're going to be back on here in just a second, so it's going to be awesome. Much different weather than over in the East Mountains where we just were. Alright, back on trail again. Here we go. Today's adventure is at the Ojito Wilderness. We're just at the border of it now. You can kind of see the Jemez Mountains back there behind the sign. Let me zoom in a little bit for you on that. It's a beautiful day, even though it's cloudy. The temperature's not too bad, the winds are low, and it's kind of nice to see the clouds rolling over the mountains like that. I like it. Alright folks, made it to the Ojito Wilderness. A little bit cloudy today, but that's okay. It's all part of the adventure. Here you can see this is where we're at, and the trail starts, well, it tells you right here, you are here. And we're gonna head up this Hoodoo Trail into the Ojito Wilderness. So here's Bert. It's a beautiful, cloudy day, and we're ready to go have some fun. So, what do you say we get moving? As I say in a lot of my videos, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And we're like 5 steps into it, so we got plenty to go.
Okay, where do we
Gonna
go?
have a good time.
Right across here?
I like it too. It's fun.
There's a special duty.
Right arm, farm out. It's such a beautiful texture and tone out here. Yeah, it's stunning. Even with the gray clouds, it's beautiful. Here's the first hoodoo. Check it out over here though. There's your first hoodoo right there. See it with the rock balance on top of the rock?
Great looking thing.
Yeah, it's worth stopping over and checking out. This is not the wave. That's coming up here in a few minutes. But
I don't want to bog your shot out.
All right, continuing the journey here. We're about halfway into the first mile here, and we're going to be checking out this area that I call the wave here in just a minute. So stay tuned for that. I love this little section up here. I call it the beach, because it has all this beautiful sand everywhere, like a beach near an ocean or a lake or something. Something kind of different, something kind of unique. All right, there's the wave. It's behind these trees. Said I'm the only one that calls this the wave, but it just reminds me of that. Really stunning out here today, very beautiful. I've always loved the Ojito Wilderness, but this is one of my favorite sections right here, as you can tell, for lots of reasons why. Just how beautiful that is. If you keep going over here, see a big hoodoo with my backpack at the bottom. Give you a size comparison. But look at that, it's like a big mushroom rock. This is the place that I call the wave, because yeah, that's why I took my pack off too. I thought this is a spot to stop and get some good pictures. There's my backpack, some hoodoos. There's Curtis. I'm on top of the wave. And then back over here, Hoodoo Pines in the back that we're heading to just in a couple minutes. Alright, I love all of the Ojito Wilderness, but there's a couple sections that are just my favorite. We just passed the wave. You got to see that thoroughly. That was beautiful. But there's this little area up here that looks like you're on the moon or Mars or something. The rock just changes, the land changes the color again. It's pretty amazing. There it is. Some of the most unusual looking earth I've ever seen. You can see why I say it looks like it's on another planet. Especially as I pan to the right here. You look down in that rocky area, that looks like another planet in a way. Very, very cool. A little bit of sunshine coming out finally. Very beautiful. Okay, I'm the first one to make it up to the Hoodoo Pines. They're called hoodoos, those rocks, and they're called pines because we got some big pine trees here. One of these, I believe, is a ponderosa pine, so it's a little unusual to have that out here in the desert. Here comes Bert, seeing it for the first time. What do you think, man?
I think it's over the top awesome.
Alright, I always love coming up here, this Ojito Wilderness area. It's off the beaten path, but yet it's so close to Albuquerque, you would never believe that there's someplace this cool, you know, about 45-minute drive from Albuquerque, actually. So I give it definite love for being here and being so ancient, and just being able to come up here and hike and backpack this place is always fun too. So, yep, here we are. So the last 2 years in the month of May, I've come up here with some friends and backpacked and camped up here. Now, two of them do hammocks, so they camp up there in those pine trees, tie their hammocks to that. Another one does a tent, usually pitches a tent somewhere over in that dry, flat spot there. But my spot, both years, has been right over here. And I really like this spot. My tent fits perfectly in it. It's nice and flat and sandy and comfortable. But right there, that's where my tent goes every single time I've camped here, and it's always been comfortable and nice. And I come over here, this is where the front door would be. Back there is where the back screen would be. Over here is where I put my backpack, leaning up against this tree, and at least in that part of the day when it's in shade. But later I'll back it up over into this tree and it will be in the shade over there. So yeah, this is the spot where I camp quite a bit. Love it. Well, what can I say about the Ojito that I haven't already said? Well, I do have other videos on my channel that feature me coming out here on a couple of different trips, and you can check those out as well. So they're a little bit more complete, a little longer than this one will be, and you can get to explore the Ojito Wilderness with me. Last year I did a live streaming video from here back in that country there, and that was kind of neat. And you know, I feel lucky. New Mexico's a beautiful place, and I get to get outside and explore it. And even on dreary days like this, it's fun and it's a good time. Okay, right up here is where the guys that I camp with up here, they put their sleeping bags and hammocks right here and tie them to these trees that I'm walking through. It's a nice little spot, it really is. Yeah, oh my. We've been up here hiking around and just playing around the rocks and taking a lot of pictures and video. We are going to be heading out here in a few minutes. It's been a great hike though so far. It's a very diverse, unusual kind of desert environment. You know, I definitely say if you're in New Mexico and you have time for a quick day hike, check out the Ojito Wilderness. And in case you're wondering how to spell that, it's actually O-J-I-T-O. So it looks like Ojito, but the J is pronounced like an H, so it's Ojito Wilderness. So check it out online. It's definitely worth a visit. Now that the sky is blue, man, it just looks amazing. So glad the weather changes so often out here. You never know what you're gonna get. Loving it. Beautiful. All right, folks, as we're heading out here, the sun came out, started shining on us and on these beautiful rocks back here that I call the Wave. Had to stop and get some shots. It's amazing. I gotta be honest, sometimes I feel like the luckiest person in the world. With the hill, hibbity hob hoo hoo ha. And it's really coming alive now. Look at all these skies. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. Alright, to give you an idea how big this landscape is, see Curtis down there in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, and then all this. Wow. Alright, I've been deciding to climb a few mesas around here that I haven't been on top of yet, so right now I'm on top of one. Let's show you what's all around me. Pretty massive, beautiful big landscape. I love the desert wilderness. It's just as beautiful as forest and mountain wilderness, just different. So there you go. Moving on down the hill. Hill, that's what I'm talking about. Down there you can see my white pickup truck in the parking lot. Alright, a variety of landscape and plants around here. Gotta love it. I just came down this mesa back here, hiking on the top of that. That was fun. Made it back to the parking lot and to the truck in one piece. And the truck itself looks like it's in one piece too, so that's always good news. Yes, yes, yes. Alright folks, that hike was great. Definitely had a good time. Made sure that we enjoyed ourselves and got all packed up back here now and heading back to the house just in a few minutes. So thanks Bert again, man, for coming out and being part of the beautiful environment that we have the chance to experience here. .com. Alright folks, here we are. We're in the Pecos Wilderness of New Mexico, one of our last big days for hiking, and I have a feeling this is going to be beautiful, so stay tuned. Lots of fall colors, there's a creek nearby, and lots of history and beauty, so alright, made it in. We're at the trailhead, and we are going to start heading down here in just a minute. Here, I want to show you real quick this little bit of history here. Alright, there you go. Journey of 1,000 miles begins right here. Right now. Windsor Trail number 254. No bicycles allowed. We're heading up into this area right now as we leave behind the civilization of the parking lot. It always is a fun moment for us because now we're on the trail doing our thing and having a good old grand old time. Boy, I wish that sun flare wasn't so bad. It's beautiful over there. Yeah, heading in along the way. All right, nice sunny day today. One of the nice things about this trail is that it starts next to the Windsor Creek here, which is absolutely beautiful and crystal clear. See all the way down to the bottom of this one. Wow, look how awesome this is. I love it. Nature is indeed one of my best friends. All right, folks, we're climbing up an elevation. As you can see, we're among the aspens now. This is one heck of a beautiful trail. Really, really nice. All right, the air is cooler up here, but it feels really nice. It's probably in the 50s right now. Almost no breeze whatsoever. This is definitely a trail that's worth hiking if you guys are ever in the area. All right, there it is. Pecos Wilderness, Santa Fe National Forest. Awesome! On a Friday morning. Yeah, this is beautiful. Loving it. All right, continuing Windsor Trail 254. It's kind of a little bridge here that we're gonna go across. There you go, nice. That was fun. Cool little bridge there over the water. All right, continuing up the trail to the place where we're gonna go. Now the signage back there said this trail is not maintained by the Park Service, so there is some deadfall that you have to climb around and up and over, but it's not too bad. So there you go. Right on, right over. All right, the further in we get, the more awesome this trail gets. Look at all this moss and snow up here. Something you don't see down by Albuquerque very often, moss or snow. All right, folks, here's me in the Birchster. We're in the mountains taking a little break here in the Pecos. We decided to hike, I don't know, probably 2.5 miles in, possibly somewhere in that range, and we're just taking a nice little break. It's a beautiful place. Really, really loving it. All right, that was a nice spot to chill out and rest for a bit.
All right, that was a good one. We got out of that site.
Yep, there he is. There's the Bert. All right, folks, we found a cool spot to kind of just chill out for a little bit here in the sun. However, as you can tell, the sun is no longer on me here in the Pecos Wilderness. That's what the hat says. And we are packing up to head back down to the truck. So it's been a good hike, though. But you can definitely tell it's getting later in the day. Temperature's definitely dropping. Getting a little bit frosty out here. So back down the trail we go. Hey, Bert, check this out. I've always had this saying since I moved to the mountains where I like to be silly and say, kiss my aspen, because it's like swearing without swearing. So I'm going to finally live up to that saying and do it right now. So here we go. We're going in. Mr. or Mrs. Aspen, may I kiss you? Okay, thank you. I kissed the aspen. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. A hiking we will go, a hiking we will go. Hi-ho to Mario, a hiking we will go. Ooh. A hiking we have gone, a hiking we have gone. Hi-ho to Mario, a hiking we have gone. Hill, hill. Whoa. There it is. Mountains. That's it. Now, one thing about this trail that I mentioned earlier was there's a sign that says the Park Service doesn't maintain the trail. So if you are going to hike up here, you have to cross things like this to keep hiking. So be prepared to climb over some branches and trees along the way. Another one right there. All right, and there's Bert demonstrating. There he is. Tree hugger. It's nice that on some spots the trees have been chopped a bit, And there's been like rocks added. And riding up a horse on this would be intense for sure. I can only imagine what that was like back in the late 1800s. I love these little micro environments with all the moss, a little bit of snow. Now most of the trail looks like this. It's fairly easy to follow and, you know, not a steep climb getting up here at all. But there is some deadfall, so be wary of that. See this one here. And then right here's another one right away. Hopping down the Blackburn Trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way. There's definitely some aspens way at the top of that ridge. And then I can hear the water down below. We're getting closer to the creek. Very much reminds me of the first time I heard the water when I was in the Gila a month ago. And I got into that survival situation. That's what I'm talking about. There it is, a nice big view of the mountain. Yes, yes, yes. You know, I love New Mexico, and you can see why. It's such a beautiful place. Even with these downed trees, there's just so much going on here. Let's go and take a closer look. Look at that. Some ferns, moss, a variety of stuff just growing in this little environment right here alone. Definitely not desert. Fascinated by these little drops of water on the leaves here. Yeah, this is neat. Very beautiful. All right, folks, in our exploration here of the mountains, I wanted to show you this moss that grows on the trees out here. I've heard it referred to as old man's beard, and we found out if you take it and ball it up, it will help you get a fire started. We're not going to do one today, but if you're back here backpacking and the wood's wet, gather yourself up a bunch of this old man's beard and boom, you got something that can get some kindling going for you. I love this tree too with the moss and all the old man's beard and the bark. I mean, it's really ancient looking, isn't it? You know, this forest reminds me of like a Lord of the Rings kind of movie. It's just really, really intense. You know, it's in New Mexico, not desert at all, this part of it. This is Pecos Wilderness. It's just big pine trees and aspens everywhere and moss on the tree or on the rocks up here. You can see, I mean, yeah. They get moisture up here a lot more than we do in Albuquerque. And it's funny, it's a 2-hour drive away, maybe 100 miles. And here you are, you're at this beautiful forested area. I can't stop smiling. My face is starting to hurt. Love seeing these aspen trees in the sun like that. It's too bad we missed the peak of the fall colors. Most of it is already fallen out, as you can see. You look up at the top of these aspens, the leaves are gone. There's a few patches we saw on the side of the mountain here and there, but we probably needed to be up here like a week or so ago to get like the really, really good leaves. But that's okay, it's still beautiful and awesome. I don't know how well you guys can hear that water down below, but it's such a welcome thing to my ears. You can definitely tell it's autumn here because all the leaves that are on the ground. And there's some autumn colors happening even here underneath me. You can see it's like perfect earth specimen here with lots of really fun and interesting colors in it. I love it. Most spectacular. OTB. What do you think, man? We're getting closer and closer to the creek, too. You can hear it. Mossy covered rock there. Very neat. Okay, so we were on Trail 261, which the sign says closed, trail not maintained by United States Forest Service. Now, I don't know if it means it's permanently closed, because it looked like it was pretty well traveled to me. So we actually did about a mile and a half of this. I like to look that up online when I get home later. Now the Windsor Trail 254 is right here, and it would have continued up this direction. Now we could have chosen to take that earlier, but we chose the other one instead and had a great time. And then there's one more trail sign right over here, and this tells you where Cowles, I believe you say that, that's back this way, and that is about a mile from here. Well, at least the parking lot for where we're going is about a mile from here. So we still got another 20 minutes probably to get out of the woods here, but not complaining. Look at this place. It's awesome, and we got classic, beautiful New Mexico skies today. Okay, one quick side note about Trail 261. There is another sign back here that talks a little bit about it. Let me show you what it says. It says, trail is not passable for horses and stock animals. So I can tell you that hiking on it was rough because there's a lot of downfall and a lot of climbing over it. You would not be able to get an animal through there, four-legged animal at all. Maybe a dog, but not a big animal. That would be rough. Oh, hey there. I didn't see you there. Anyway, now I'm going to head down this way, this way, this way, 3 times for you, just in case you didn't get it the first time, second time, the third time you probably did. Heading down to the water to get some shots for you guys of some slow motion waterfalls here. So yeah, I love waterfalls, but slow motion, something really beautiful about that to me. So here we go. Boy, it got a lot more muddy up here. Everything melting off, so this trail's getting a little bit muddy in spots and sloshy. Although right here it's not too bad, but there's some spots that were not great. Not great at all. No, not at all.
They're almost like Bob Ross paintings.
Totally. Bob Ross would be proud. It is. He loved this kind of environment. Every little piece of this trail has just really different types of sections here. And I love every piece of it. It's just beautiful. Could definitely see a bear or a deer or an elk wandering through up here. That'd be kind of neat. Let's stop and ponder for a moment and look up here. Look at this. All these beautiful aspen trees. Oh, yeah. Nothing like some good old-fashioned water. Brighten up your day. Yeah, there you go. Oh. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Sun's starting to set behind the mountains already. It's only 3:15, but they do set early in the mountains. Even though true sunset's probably for not another 3 hours. successful hike to the mountains. The lone man on the mountain, traveling, moving forward, moving up, always changing, growth, beauty, harmony, and a hike in the mountains. That's what I'm talking about. So as usual, love, love, hate, hate, take care of each other. All right, folks, here's me and Bert. We are heading into the airport after a successful 5 days of mountain outdoor adventures and 9 days of fun times here in New Mexico. Appreciate it, Bert. Thanks for coming out again. Appreciate it. And, oh, here we go. Okay. Into the elevator to the great beyond. Oh, pardon me. That's what I'm talking about right there. Down to one. All right, Bert, there's the last of the New Mexico sky for now, although you're going to get to see it from the air here in just a little bit.
I'll have plenty of sky this afternoon.
That'll be awesome, yeah. It's going to be great. First floor. You are on level 1. All right, we'll go in here, go up a level, and then we'll be to
to some agent.
yeah, we'll be there where we need to be. About this, oh, here we go. Departures. See if you're on time. Let's see, American Airline 122, right?
Yeah.
B1, so there you go. American Airlines, so that's basically on time, right? I mean, is that what time it originally said, 122 or 109 or something?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, ticketing. We're doing it. The old B. Arthur. Palindrome of the Dying Fishburne. All right. I love our airport. It's a pretty cool place, you know, and a lot of history here as well. There you go. There you go when you went to where you gone. Good howdy, folks. Really appreciate y'all watching all week long with these fun videos that I did with my good friend Curtis. He's one of my best buddies in the world. Known the guy since January of 1987. We met in high school in Miss Garlinger's speech class, of all things. And we just had another adventure. Usually he comes out about once a year and we go have 5 to 7 days of fun in the outdoors. And this year was no exception. However, it's been 2 years since we've done this. So if you look at my YouTube channel in the past, you'll see 2 years ago in October, I did some videos with him where we did a big Southwest road trip and went to the Grand Canyon and Moab and went canoeing and went to Colorado. It was a great trip. This week was just as awesome. Even though we stayed in New Mexico the entire time, we went to so many different places and each one was so unique. And I'm just so glad we got to be able to do it. I mean, Monday we went backpacking into the northern Sandias near a place called Palomas Peak. Camped out when it got down to probably 25 degrees at night. That was a great time, really, really fun. The next day we were trying to go hiking in the mountains, but it was too cloudy and foggy, so we went hiking in the Bosque, and that's the Rio Grande Valley State Park. Another great day there. It was just great. There was so many other little trips. Friday of last week we did the Pecos Wilderness, and that was amazing as well. Really beautiful hiking place. Yesterday I had to work on a movie, and so Curtis and my other half Karen went on a hike to the Petroglyph National Monument, and apparently they had a really good hike as well. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here, stop babbling, but I do appreciate y'all watching, and as usual, love, love, hate, hate, take care of each other. All right, now let's get out of here. What do you say? Where's my car keys?